just didn't occur to me. I knew we did it. I knew we tortured lots of Indians. God knows we tortured a lot of Indians. We always claim they tortured us first. I think if we should count the torture, we tortured more than we certainly killed more than them by far, except for Geronimo. I've got a really great case for Geronimo right now. I'll tell you about later on. For some of his descendants, neo-descendants. We have to believe that a citizen has a duty to act in a time of moral crisis. We have to feel a responsibility to act. We can't be shy. We can't be concerned about what the neighbors will think. We've got to persuade the neighbors that we're right. They've got to stand with us. Because we're in deep trouble. And it can get deeper. I'll tell you, there's conditions in Pakistan, particularly in Sindh. I've spent a lot of time down there, and the people are very, very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. If that place blows, I mean, that's a big country. The second biggest Muslim country in the world, second only to Indonesia, 160, 170 million people. It would affect the whole area. You know, India is about the third or fourth biggest, but it's still not that many Muslims in it, even though they're a small minority in India, because that's what freedom came at midnight. The outrageous thing of dividing India and Pakistan when they needed unity more than the world needed unity there more than anything else. We were paying the consequences for that cheap shot, you know. Britain walked away just like it did from Palestine. They just walked away, you know. And they had the mandate. And they ruled India when it was India and Pakistan and Bangladesh, we now call it, which was East Pakistan. And they just walked away from it. Look what happened. We have to withdraw from Iraq. We have to pay reparations to Iraq. We can never do for their people what we can never restore their lives in this generation or the next generation. But at least we can be honorable and do what's right. And the clearest thing of all is that it's our very aggressions that are causing the acts against us. What does I mean, if you're big and powerful, you don't have to be a terrorist. You know, you just come in and take over. What we call a terrorist. You have to go into a bomb around you, blow yourself up, and blow some other people up. That's the violence by powerless people. I hope we can see the importance what Dr. Jowett is. He is that, you know, in a moment of moral crisis, does something. And overwhelmingly, like fools, we get angry. Because we don't like him calling attention to the moral crisis, and because he's obviously right. If there's not accountability by President Bush, former President Bush, whose father was the one that fought the Gulf War and killed all those people, what will the next president do? Do we go on like this, and on like this, and on like this? And even the president that might want to change things doesn't have the power to change things. You see what profound trouble every time we're going to try to do something like health care. I mean, if there's anything that ought to be obvious to anybody who cares about children or health, it's that American health care is an abomination. The societies that, I had a guy have a heart attack down in Chiapas when we were having a revolution down there. And we rushed him down to Tuxtla Gutierrez. We were up in the highlands with about 8,000 to 10,000 feet. We had to go down to Tuxtla Gutierrez, which is the first hospital. We pull in there, and he's in there for 2 or 3 days. Nothing going. How are we ever going to pay these people? So we all all of us that were together, we start counting our money and everything. And we're taking him out because we've got a little plane that's coming down, going to fly him to Mexico City, and he survived. So, how much do we owe you? Mexico. You don't owe us anything. That was a good hospital. I spent the first night in there with him, I'll tell you. They were attentive, clean, they were working on all the patients. I said, I'm an American there, we got a rental car, it looks like the first flying car like that they saw down there, let me drive down from Mexico City. They didn't charge anything. You've got a good health care system. Comparatively, the cost of ours is absurd. But power prevents reform. People in seeing it, the moral crisis won't stand up. And we've got a lot on our system unless we in the United States primarily, but you here too, unless we stand together and address this moral crisis outright, and we shall not overcome. I think it's simply a question of will, just like the Civil Rights Movement that I came up in. Enough people got together and marched and sang, got hit in the head, knocked down, some got killed, and buried in shallow graves, water dam tanks. At a certain level, political rights and to until we agree economic rights and hopefully finally social, so we can love each other. We made progress. And then it kind of went away, the mood changed. Let's enlist with Dr. Way for the duration. Realize that really the only way you can be happy is to be involved in a cause that's mighty and address the moral crises of your time. Prayer of being counted not to have lived. Thanks.
I'd like to add a little footnote here. I just finished reading a book, or just about completely finished reading a book here by Vincent Bugliosi. And Vincent Bugliosi is wrote a book called The Prosecution of George Bush for Murder. And if you critique that whole book there, basically what he's saying is that George Bush, Dick Cheney, Condoleezza Rice, and others within the Bush administration, they falsified documentation in the white paper, which was a follow-up to the report that was given by the CIA, which included a massive document by George Tenet to George Bush. And in the briefing, it basically said that the National Intelligence Estimate, which was a conglomeration of 16 intelligence agencies, had said that Saddam Hussein, in March of 2003, and I believe it was March the 17th, in that report said that Saddam Hussein posed absolutely no threat to the United States, security of the United States. And also one that Saddam Hussein had absolutely no weapons of mass destruction, and also that Saddam Hussein had absolutely no connection to